Hello, I'm BXToyCat and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about one of the most exciting features coming to Minecraft in the far future, and that is cross-platform play across all editions of Minecraft. So if you don't know, at Gamescom last week, I mentioned this in the video already, but basically at Gamescom last week, the CEO of Mojang mentioned how he wanted to have all the editions of Minecraft cross-playing. First of all, the Windows 10, the Pocket Edition, then bring in the console version of the game, the 360 and the one in particular what you mentioned, and then bring in the PC to have like a Minecraft which, you know, goes across devices and just is one Minecraft multiplayer game. A lot of you had questions to do with that, so I figured I'd go a bit more in depth into how exactly this could work. Anyway, please do like the video if you do like it. It helps out the channel a lot, and let me know you do like it. And let's get straight into the video then, shall we? So let's start by talking exactly how their plans are for this. So like I mentioned, the Windows 10 and the Pocket Edition is their first plan, and this is the easiest part of the whole thing. They're both coded in the same architecture, and they're basically the same game right now, just the Windows 10 edition is slightly further ahead. So as soon as the Pocket Edition gets its 0.12.0 update, the Windows 10 edition will be able to just, be able to cross-platform. It's just a matter of getting a patch for both those systems so they can play together. And this is a really cool concept. Being able to play with friends who are playing on their phones on your PC means, there's a bunch of cool, possibilities. If you have a friend that just doesn't have a PC, but you do, you can still play together. And there's a bunch of cool ways this kind of connects more people, and it's pretty cool in that way. So even though the Windows 10 edition isn't the most played edition in the world, it's still nice that this starts the cross-platform thing. And I think it's going to be their way to actually test how this whole thing works. Because, having people on different machines, it is something that's possible to have them crossplay, but there is still some weird ways on exactly how that works. Anyway, so after they have that the whole thing running up and running, their next move is actually, they mentioned, to bring the 360 and the One players into the fold. So, like I mentioned, this was a Microsoft press conference, so I assume they mean the PS3 and the PS4s in there too, but regardless if they do, this is the next logical step that really confuses people. How would you play with people in the Pocket Edition on your console? That would create some really weird issues, right? And right now, it definitely would. The console versions are quite a bit ahead of the Pocket Edition. They're on the equivalent of somewhere between 1.6 and 1.7, whereas the Pocket Edition, although it has a lot of features from the current PC version, it's also missing a bunch of features from like 7 or 8 updates ago from the PC, like the Ender Dragon, like Redstone, stuff like this is all still missing. So basically, because the Pocket Edition is so far behind, you might think, oh, so they have to catch up, so this means 5 years down the line, right? However, I'm not necessarily sure it does mean they have to catch up. Having the 3 versions of Minecraft, Pocket, Console, and PC, I'm not sure they're ever really going to properly ever be caught up and at the same point together. I think it's always going to be a matter of, they're always going to be in different places, and I think this cross-platform will perhaps go past that. So, for instance, I think the easiest way they could deal with this multiplayer issue is to just make it so there's multiplayer, which uses realms, and then only certain features are accessible. So if you think, if you think about like some sort of PvP server, it would be entirely possible for you to play with someone in the Pocket Edition because they have most of the PvP stuff. A lot of their features aren't to do with that, and therefore, if you were going to have, some form of multiplayer functionality, you'd have to make it somewhere where the features which aren't available in both wouldn't be accessible to either, and that would be a really weird thing to manage. But the benefits of doing something like that, even though it means that on the console you'd lose something, you'd lose the ability to fight the Wither, it would still bring a lot more to the game. If you have friends that only have mobile versions of the game and you have a console version, they're both, semi-casual level, so it means that you could just play together, even if it's just for some basic building stuff, even if it's just for some PvP, or even if somehow the realms issue can actually bypass all of this and allow you to do stuff like that. I think it would be a really cool option there. So the next question is, if there's like that whole, okay, so if we just turn off a lot of features and make the games kind of similar, if that's, kind of setting, how exactly would it technically work? And the reason that consoles and Pocket Edition can cross-play, and is actually a reasonable thing to want, is because the console edition, it runs in the same language that the Pocket Edition does. I believe it's C++ or C#, and it basically means that the two versions could connect reasonably well, because if they both use realms, for instance, that could be the same realm even that you use across your Pocket Edition and your console edition, and, there's a bunch of cool things you could do in regards to that. So the reason the PC is much later down the line, the reason I don't think I'll be making a video on how the PC is cross-playing with the, with the Pocket Edition anytime soon, is because the PC is coded in an entirely separate language to the Windows 10, the Pocket Edition and the Console Edition, because it's actually coded in Java still. Java is a very outdated language at this point, and it's also, very difficult to work with other stuff, which means until they switch over the PC version of Minecraft to a different language, which isn't going to be in the next, too soon, then there's going to be extreme problems of getting the PC version of Minecraft to work with any other one. So yeah, Pocket Edition and the Console Editions, the crossplay is coming at some point in the next, year or two, and then as far as getting all the platforms together. That is their end goal. It's like a 5-10 year goal, but it is something that you will be able to see at some point for Minecraft. If Minecraft is still alive and kicking in 5 or 10 years, it'll be so much cooler in a lot of ways, and one of those ways will be cross-platform. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video of talking about a bunch of things to crossplay. Let me know about your questions in the comments down below. I'd be curious to see, and maybe I could even throw some of them into the Q&A Saturdays this week. Otherwise, please do like the video if you did like it, share it if you really liked it, and subscribe if you're new around here. I make videos like this every single day on my channel, and if you subscribe, you'll see them daily on your homepage. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.